today we're going to take a trip together, a field trip to Point Lobos State Natural Reserve. We won't be using AI to get there, but we'll need a little bit of imagination. So come with me as we roll down the highway to go to Point Lobos. Point Lobos has been voted the best park in Monterey County for 8 years running. It's a beautiful place to go. We're going to get in a van together. We're going to roll down the highway. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. We get to Monastery Beach and we notice that there are some cars parked along the highway. There's beautiful ocean. There's some whales spouting off. It's a gorgeous day. And there's some pedestrians that are walking towards Point Lobos. And we're like, okay, they're walking into the reserve. Then we get to the entrance of Point Lobos and we see it's actually coned off. The entrance is closed. The parking lot must be full. It's just 2 hours after the park is opened and it's already closed. There are like 150 spaces in the reserve. So wow, that's kind of surprising. It's already closed for the day. But you know, it's about a mile from the entrance to the coast. So we guess we'll just walk in. So we're going to park on the shoulder of the highway. So off of the entrance, there's, some cars parked along the highway. So we start down that and there's some traffic in front of us. The guy in front of us slams his brakes on all of a sudden because a parking spot has come available. And so that guy pulls out, he does his little parallel parking in. There's some families coming up the highway towards us on the highway with their stroller. We're kind of navigating that situation. It's like suddenly like the Wild West outside of Point Lobos State Natural Reserve. And we're getting a real stressed out. Some guy does a U-turn in front of us and we're like, this is really, really kind of crazy. But about a mile down the highway, we find parking finally. And we're like, okay, parking, but oh my gosh, it's like a mile to the entrance. It's going to be a mile to walk down to the coast. That's like 2 miles, 4 miles round trip. And then what do we want to do in the reserve? We're going to want to walk around and enjoy the reserve. That's probably going to be another like mile, 5 miles. Like, are all of you able-bodied enough to do that? Or do I want to do that? Do I want to walk on the highway for a mile there, a mile back in this dangerous situation? I don't think so. That just doesn't feel like it's a good experience for me. It feels dangerous and stressed. I think we'll just pass. Let's just pass. Let's go find something else to do. This is a little bit too much. So this is a really common occurrence when you visit Point Lobos today. And on this particular day that I have described, there are like 2,000 to 3,000 people in Point Lobos State Natural Reserve visiting. That's about 800,000 people per year visiting Point Lobos. The huge impact on the park, and not to mention they're parking on the highway, about 800,000 people on the side of the highway walking in. They're walking in for free, and there are 7 million plus people traveling the Carmel to Big Sur corridor passing by these folks. It is a dangerous situation. It definitely diminishes visitor experience. And there's a similar vehicle to pedestrian interaction happening down at Garrapata. And about 6 weeks ago, tragically, a pedestrian was hit by a vehicle and killed. It is an accident waiting to happen at Point Lobos. It's a miracle it hasn't happened already. We want to fix it. I have a solution and I want to tell you about it today. I'm the project director at Parkit. We've been working on this for 6 years now. It's a steering committee of subject matter experts within the community, organizations, and community members. We have a coastal development permit that we are ready to submit in the next few weeks. I'm happy to report. And it's made up of 3 components. The first component to our solution is off-site parking. It's a parking lot at Carmel Crossroads called Marathon Flats. It's owned by California State Parks. 100 parking spaces that we're going to dedicate to Point Lobos State Natural Reserve. The second component is a shuttle system. We're going to have 3 21-passenger vans that shuttle in and out of Marathon Flats directly to Point Lobos State Natural Reserve every 20 minutes. Third component is a day-use reservation system that we're going to design to be flexible so that we have blocks of reservations that are released months in advance for pre-planning and day of for spontaneous visits. This reservation system and shuttle system will have a fee associated with it. However, that fee will be the fee will be applied to the reserve so that we can have conservation efforts taken care of. And we also will have programs and passes that are available through California State Parks so that our underserved communities have free and equitable access. The biggest challenge to the solution is the California Coastal Commission. We're submitting our coastal development permit to the county, and then it will go to the Coastal Commission because we are a coastal zone. They are mandated by the Coastal Act of 1976, an act that was put into law over almost 50 years ago. They review this every 4 years to keep it current. However, keeping it current to the rate of overvisitation is almost impossible. Their definition of access, which is their biggest mandate, is free entry at all times to all people. This definition is prohibiting access to Point Lobos, as I demonstrated in our visit earlier. We're trying to help them see that. They're open to it. You can help by writing letters to your legislators and to the coastal commissioners. Let's make another visit to put Point Lobos together. Let's do a little time travel now. We're going to visit 2026 when our reservation system is up and running, our shuttle system's up and running, our parking lot is developed. We decide we want to visit Point Lobos today. We hop on the website. It's 10 a.m. There's a 2 p.m. reservation that's ready at Marathon Flats. We're like, that works. So 1:30, we make the reservation, 1:30, we go down there, we hop on the shuttle van, we are cruising down. Our docent tells us, a little bit about Point Lobos. We pass by Monastery Beach. We see that all the cars parked there are for Monastery Beach. There's no pedestrians on the highway. We cruise in, we go through the gate, we get to the coast, direct access. We have 4 spots within the reserve that we can stop at, we can enjoy. We have timed entry, no timed exit. We can enjoy as long as we like. It's a good solution to a dangerous problem. I have letters, I have contacts. I love your support. If you'd like to support, please let me know. Thank you.